welcome to ZX Plays BG. I am Zero playing Yanni Yazdi in a 5-point match on BackgammonHub.com, and we will try to play well, but no promises. Slotting is the book play here, despite the stripped 8-point. The splitting, I think it's because splitting doesn't actually help escape that much because both those checkers are still blocked in on 6s. Okay, so I should probably lock up a good point somewhere here, probably the 20-point. Could make the 9. This seems like the best available asset. And then I guess this is the best 4. 1, 2. I guess I could hit. There's another play where you hit. No, you can't hit twice. You enter with 1. You can hit off the 5, but then the last one isn't great. But so I decided just to lock up a real asset there. Seems reasonable. Yeah, this is good play, I think. I should lock up another asset, try to contain this back checker somehow. It's not going to work. Yeah, I would probably just go to the 3 and play 13 to 7. Oh, this is probably a little safer if he plays 15 to 9 here. Yeah, this isn't a bad play. Oh, I don't know. Do I hit him here? I guess. So far down in the race, it's just going to creep up to an efficient cube. He might have one like right away if I don't hit, because the race is so crazy. I'm getting attacked here, so this isn't great either. But I think it might be the best plan. Yeah, we'll see what the computer says about that one. In fact, even after I hit him, he could kind of reasonably cube it based on the volatility and the danger. You should cube this. Yeah, this would be pretty scary. This would be a pretty scary cube to take. I probably would have passed, actually. Ooh, hit a ranker? Bah, now it's like too good. Yeah, okay, he correctly plays on there. I don't think we can't play on last roll. It's probably just double pass. Alright, I would just go for it here. You can still play on if I roll like a 2-6. 2-4, it's either double pass or still play on. Okay, goes with double. Good. See how he wants to play this one. Wouldn't be sure. It seems like there's 3 different plays. He can make the ace. He can put 3 guys here and start escaping, or he can put 4 guys there. Okay, gotta try to contain this back checker. 13 to 8. Yeah, I would not cube this. I mean, I think I see what he's thinking. He's 4 away, so that's a reason to be aggressive. He's only winning the match by a little bit. So stuff that's not doubles for money can be doubles at the score, but still, it didn't look like he had enough of an edge. This is a little scary, but I think it's best. Enter and hit doesn't really do much. Oh man, a little leery about not having an anchor here, but I like the front structure. Okay, let's just take a look at one other play. Okay, surviving. For now. Okay, good. Phew. All right, that's the priority. And then 13 to 9 is okay, but this is safer and distributionally it makes sense. All right, 5 checkers here, 3 checkers here. I want to play from the 5. That looked a little odd. Okay, I'm going to try this now. 2-point board. All right, so let's see, his take point on the recube is 26, surprisingly high. I'm sorry, no, his take point on the recube is 30. I was thinking if he redouble for if he owned the cube, that would be my take point. But yes, definitely his take point's 30 plus a little extra here because of the gammons. Yeah, I might still be losing though. Oh, dance here though. Probably gonna send it. Okay, it should hit me maybe. Good. Oh, maybe this. No, I want to minimize. I don't want to get hit with 3-1-1-1. Okay. Okay. I think I can claim I'm winning here. Although this actually keeps his 10 point. I'm pretty stuck. The score really argues for a cube though. Because his gammons both ways. Like I'm sort of killing his gammons by if I double. Alright, let's try it. This is a little spicy though, because of the 3 trapped back checkers. I'm just thinking due to the score I have a lot of license here. Alright, this looks reasonably diverse. Is there anything else? Get off the ace. Could come in with like a 1-5 or something and crack. Oh, nice, nice. 5. Not like that. Okay, I think I do want to go after him on the ace if I need to. Don't need to. Obviously, 7-2 is a play. So maybe that causes more long-term problems, though. Like now, I probably don't want to go after him on the ace. Although I'm not clear on that. Let's just play this. Yeah, well, I can go after him safely here. Keep him from anchoring. So this looks okay. Oh, I get double 4s, double 2s if I put the builders here. So this is correct. Although maybe there's another play where I shift to the I shift from 3 to 2. That might have been worth a look also. Blots on 6-6. I'm having trouble finding a reasonable play that doesn't blot on 6-6. Oops, sorry. Having trouble finding a reasonable play that doesn't blot on 6-6. Safer, I think that bringing it in might actually be this. A gammon isn't a big deal here because winning a single game is sort of good enough. But the gammon's looking pretty good to start with. All right, so we got XG started up. The match could be over. Yeah. Okay, it was a bad roll. He could have before the 3-1. He could have borne off. He could have saved the gammon without rolling doubles. Now he needs doubles unless I miss, which I won't. So he should try to get all his doubles here. Double 2s doesn't work. There's probably no way to get it though. All right, well that was easy. Yeah, let's see. Some decisions I certainly... Okay, so I must have screwed something up. So 3.7. So let us take a look. Yeah, it could be the double. The redouble to 4? 4.25. Okay, yeah, the redouble to 4 is wrong, I think. Because I'm just too stuck. Well, let's go through this. Right, so how big a deal is it? Not that big a deal. But yeah, it does like slotting. Okay, yeah, lock up a point, although, yeah, apparently hitting like so, entering, splitting, and then 13 to 5 is okay. Not locking up the point, but, hitting them off the 5 point at a time when it's not too dangerous. Did I make any blunder? No checker play blunders, interesting. Yeah, maybe my cube is like really bad. Or I missed something somewhere? I don't know. Okay, so 6-6 is okay. Probably correct. Okay, it does hit. Yeah, okay. He doesn't have a cube if I hit. He reasonable to cube if I do this safe play. It hits me twice correctly, and then he should just cash this in. I don't know what he's thinking, like too good or not good enough. Yeah, you should never do that. I mean, unless it's near the end of the match and your doubles kill gammons. You should never think, okay, I don't know whether I'm too good or I don't know whether I'm not good enough, so I'm not going to double. Like it could be either one of those. Um, you shouldn't think like that because like if you're not sure whether it's good enough, you're not sure it's a big pass, then it's got to be strong enough to double. And even if it's like not, your opponent could screw it up. You know, even if it is too good or not good enough, if you're confused, your opponent's confused. So you never want to think, oh, I don't know what's going on here, so I won't double. Like not knowing what's going on from like the take pass side. That's like a reason to double. It's not a reason not to double. Um, so that's how I would have found this cube pretty easily. Like it would not have definitely. I mean, I would have thought it was a pass, but like I wouldn't have been totally sure if it's like too good or not. I don't know. But anyways, he does get a good sequence. He correctly plays on, and eventually he cashes. Although, yeah, it's still quite too good. Oh, it's his 6-6 here. Yeah, I never know about this last one. So first of all, making the one is okay. So obviously it's quite anti-positional, but the backman's still a little stuck. You're sort of committed to a blitz here, which yeah, I don't know. You can keep all options open, I guess, by doing one of the other plays. So the other plays, you make the 7 point with 3 of them, and then you decide on the last one, either start to escape or play safer and put another builder on the 7. I wouldn't have been like if this was my play, I honestly wouldn't have been sure. I mean, I guess the backman isn't that stuck back there. So it's not hard to get him going later. Seems like you do want to. Seems like you would rather be on the 18 than the 24, though. Oh, is it the fact that black is split here? It might be relevant. Like, is this different? Okay, this is different. So you don't want to get hit here. White does not want to get hit here. Or he's extra incentive not to get hit here. Because he wants to be able to use these builders next turn to attack or just threaten black. Black might have to run because he's worried about these builders. Whereas if black is anchored, that's less of a concern. You don't the builders. You don't need the builders. You don't need to be using your builders, so you can come out and you're not paying so much to being hit. I think that's mostly what's going on here. Like, and this is true despite the fact that the race is worse for white. You know, if I make the anchor here, if I give black 4 more pips to make the anchor. So in some sense, there's like less reason for white to run because he's not up in the race as much. But despite that, you have extra incentive not to be hit here. Because you want to be able to use these builders. I think that's sort of the main thing going on. There's probably other stuff too that I'm not seeing. So one more from here. Yeah, there might be some cubeful aspect to it also. Okay, so I hit correctly here. Popped out to keep the distribution nice. And I don't get attacked here as much. His double is early. Yeah, I thought about this. This is a tough play. I mean, obviously my play is sort of natural and it's got strong on the home front, but tactically it doesn't make any sense. Because I'm stepping into all. He's got 13 checkers here, ready to attack, and I'm sort of saying attack me. I split into the stuff. So it's not worth it. It's not, despite the fact that it's I'm foregoing this nice structure and doing kind of this cheesy hit. The computers are. You really need the anchor, and hitting is worth something, I guess, because it keeps him from building. Okay, well, I'm glad to see it's like somewhat close, given that they're like two completely different plays. .04 I consider fairly close. If they were two similar plays, .04 I wouldn't consider that close. But since they're just like vastly different, it's like the arguments are like kind of close enough that this I'm not upset that this was like unclear to me. Yeah, I guess my play does lose more gammons, which is a bigger deal at the score. So different match scores, you probably would go the other way. Yeah, like my play, according to the computer, my play does win more. Okay, fine. Yeah, I survive. Okay, 6-2 versus 13-9. Sometimes 13-9 is okay because I'm down in the race 26 pips already, so getting another guy sent back, it's not like it's going to swing the race, right? But I just didn't like the distribution, like starting out, there's just like 3 guys here and 5 guys here, so I figure, okay, even though I don't love going behind the checker, distributionally it makes sense. Anyways, okay, now that I got a decent board, I can attack them. Okay, go after them. Yeah, it's not gonna like my cube. Yeah, it's not gonna like my cube. I mean, I would never double. I'm not losing actually, 48%. Like I would never double this at like 0-0 in a long match or for money, but I kind of overthought the score maybe. I also thought my position was like stronger than it was. But yeah, those two factors conspired to me offering like a very early cube here. Now, don't get me wrong, you can double quite early at this score under certain circumstances. Like I said, his take point is 30% plus extra for the gammons he loses. But yeah, I'm just not winning this. I'm not ahead here. I thought maybe the third checker on the 3 was like, all right, that's something. Like I wouldn't have doubled if that was on the 6, but still. Okay, go after him. Get a great 1-3. Okay, yeah, I put stuff together. Get another builder for the 1. I think I do want to go after him if I can here, if I can't jump. I get my best number by far, I think. Jesus, yeah, you can play 7-2 to avoid the so obviously you're bringing 3 of them out, right? And you can play 7-2 to avoid the 1-6. But it just looked like well, one, I have fewer numbers that attack him on the ace point, and 2, 3 guys on the 16. I think they're just like kind of more problems down the line if you do this. Checker, the low checker here. So that's why I pay off the 1-6. Keep all the checkers in nice spots. But I'm curious about okay, so I got 1-1, which is a good number because I can shift and I can keep it from anchoring. I was wondering, like, do I hit with a 2-1 here? If I rolled a 2-1? So it's a little dangerous because I could get hit back and get trapped back there. But I think it's worth it, despite the fact that the gammon price is going to be low. I think. Looks like how you're supposed to play backgammon anyways. But it is, I mean, it is a little scary. So let's take a look. 2-1. And there's, you know, other numbers like 5-1 or whatever also I think you are supposed to hit with. But I don't know, this score, okay, no, it is pretty clear to hit. If it was double match point, it would be close. But because gammons have some value, and obviously hitting wins more gammons, there's a little bit of extra incentive to hit here. So it's the double match point evaluation where it doesn't hit, but it's not crazy to hit. Okay. Yeah, so these borders like a little. This prime was a little worse than. You know, then there's more incentive to hit because there's less downside to getting hit with an ace. So it's a little tricky to weigh these factors. But my default play is sort of to hit here, unless like it's really scary. Like you don't hit here, obviously. I mean, well, I don't know if it's completely obvious, but you don't hit here. Say doubled money. I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty bad to hit. Okay, anyway, so I don't need to make the decision because I rolled a 1-1. Okay, yeah, 3-1. Shifting all the way from the 3-point isn't great. So what's so bad about that, though? Why isn't this okay? Is it because he anchors? I still have a bunch of guys to bring around. So if he anchors quickly, it's going to cause me problem. It's going to cause me more problems, maybe if he anchors up high. Or is it just like the builders are like a little better this way? I do get, like I said, I do get 4-4-2-2. God damn it. I know there's just like a couple numbers, and you know, obviously, there's often other factors than worrying about a couple numbers. But like here, you know, say you decide to switch to the ace point, and then you decide not to switch to the 2 points, and so you can there's no way to get a third builder for the open point. So the only question is like where to place your 2 builders, and it like. Superficially, it doesn't seem like there should be any difference where the 2 builders are, but in those cases where like there's not like big factors one way or another, I think that's where you maybe want to start thinking about how specific numbers play, especially like big doubles, like 4-4 here, which could be awkward otherwise, you know. So that I think that was the only one. Like here, like this apparently is still okay. But it's because 3-3 closes the 1 point to close the 2 points. See that? So you get one of those doubles anyways. So I tend not to think about how specific numbers play, unless there's like no other factors to think about, you know. Anyways, I get lucky, and then yeah, there's 16-11, 10-4. Yeah, there's blots on 6-6 also. So my play is fine. There's probably some way to like avoid it, but you might have to really screw up your position. No, maybe there's just no way to do it. Yeah, there's just no good way. Like even this blots on 6-6. I don't know if there's is there some easy way to see that no play no play keeps the board doesn't blot on 6-6. Is there any easy way to see that here? Because I don't know it. I have to look at candidates. I mean, one clue I think is that there's a 6 in the dice. And so that reduces the ability to change how 6-6 plays. But the 5, you have 3 options on the 5, so Seems like maybe there should be some way to do it. A 3-1. Okay, yeah. So most people are playing 10-6 here. It's probably a little wrong, even though I think 10-6 it wins the most. It wins the most gammons because it was with this array of builders up there, spread out on the top points. It's because you get to bear checkers off while keeping a closed board the longest this way. My play doesn't do quite as well with that, but it lets me the 6 point is stripped and I still have good spares. So that's usually an indication of safety. Just two checkers on the 6. And like still decent spares up high, decent flexible spares up high. But also I'd like to look at how 6-6 plays for me. And 6-6 plays better if I choose this position. So there'll be 0 blot numbers next roll versus this position, which has 3 blot numbers next roll. Good visualization test if you can see that. But also it's a little dangerous down the line too. Like say I roll 6-6, dance, 6-5, or even like 6-4. I'm left with a very shoddy position in that case. Whereas that stuff is more minimized here. So this is a little safer, but doesn't bear off as doesn't win as many gammons, I should say. And then I just win. Okay, so the only blunder is the cube here. So I don't know, maybe I should just notice, maybe I should have given more weight to the fact that 3 checkers pretty well trapped. So even when the attack goes really well, I close out 2 checkers. Still not that good for me, I mean, don't get me wrong, this is a pretty good sequence, but still hard to get those guys out of here, especially with this third guy back here. I need a 3 and 3 5s to escape. So yeah, so maybe I should have seen I'm arguably an underdog here. I don't know. Yeah, most people aren't doubling this, but I sort of thought about the score too much. Anyways, yeah, that was a good match overall. Just this one blunder. Checker play seemed okay. But yeah, anyways, yeah, thanks for watching. I'm gonna sign off now, but I hope you got something out of this, and I will see you next time.